Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about personal items and clothing and taking a canoe camping trip. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button in the corner of this video and turn on your notifications to see more videos like this. We deeply appreciate it. And just to let you know, we're going to show you some of the gear that we use as we showed in part one. We're not sponsored by these companies, but this is gear and clothing that we've used that's been effective for us and helped us to enjoy our canoe camping experience. So let's get right into it. First of all, we're going to talk about clothing. Some of you have asked, what type of clothing should I wear and take on a canoe camping trip? What you don't want to take is your whole wardrobe that you have in your bedroom at home. But you do want to take some select gear and clothing that will help you to enjoy your canoe camping experience. You want to take things that are lightweight, that will keep you warm, and that will dry fast. So let's talk about some of the things that we've used and continue to use in canoe camping. First off, we're going to talk about our pants. So in clothing items, very important to have. This pair of pants is made by Fjallraven. These are technical pants. They have pockets on both sides, and they have a stretch material, very comfortable, durable, and fairly lightweight. But these particular pants for canoe camping zip off at the knees, so you can wear them as shorts as well. So you can remove the bottom part or add them on. So instead of taking a bunch of shorts, we'll just take these pair of pants, zip them off if it gets too hot. And but like I said, Fjallraven, awesome pants, and fairly lightweight, but they're a technical pant that will aid you in canoe camping and hiking as well. So Fjallraven is the name of the company. Something else that we'll wear with those is we'll wear a shirt like this that wicks moisture away. It's a polyester shirt. It's pretty stretchy. Or we'll wear a tank top or something like that, depending on the weather. But we'll wear a shirt like this with pants like that. And over that, we'll wear a shirt like this, or a shirt like what I have on, that's fairly lightweight, can wick moisture away and protect you from the sun, especially on hot days. So this particular shirt has ventilation in the back. It's made by L.L.Bean. I'll put a link in the description for shirts like this through LL.Bean. There's zippers like this that zip down for extra ventilation, just an air vent, but also can be used as a pocket. The collar comes up, it velcros down, but the collar comes up to protect you from the sun so you don't get sunburned. So shirts like this, lightweight, dry fast, and can protect you from the sun. My wife uses one very similar. This is her shirt. Again, it has some ventilation in the back, some ventilation in the front, lightweight. And what's nice about these shirts is they roll up like this shirt and can button in case you want to cool down just a little bit. If you get too chilled, you can unbutton that, pull these down, and button at your wrist. So shirts like this have been very, very comfortable for us. Now, when you get to camp, I'm going to show you a couple of items. Like I said, they're personal items, but you'll want to take an extra pair of socks, a pair of wool socks. These are darn tough because they're darn tough. So socks like this around camp, you want dry socks. It's going to make you more comfortable. I just typically take one pair because they dry fast and they're comfortable. Something else you want to think about, your undies. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but these are made from ex officio, and these dry fast. So you can wash these out, and they'll dry fast. So I'll typically just take one pair, the pair I have on, and these pair. So ex officio, I'll put a link in the description below. Pretty awesome. Next is our thermals. If it's cooler weather, we'll take a thermal. These are made by L.L.Bean, and the tops and the bottoms. I'll wear these all year long. Well, if it gets too hot in the summertime, obviously not. But I'll take these in the spring and in the fall. I'll wear them all winter long. But on canoe trips, definitely in the spring and the fall, I'll take something like this. Also, we'll take a pair of swim shorts. If it comes off real hot in the summertime, I'll take a pair of swim shorts, and that's what I'll paddle in the canoe. I'll wear these all day long. If I don't want to zip off the Fjall Raven pants, and I may want to take a dip in the water, I'll take a pair of swim shorts, and you ladies can do the same thing as well. Speaking of which, I want to think about the ladies. Coming up, we're going to show you something that you ladies will want to use on a personal level that's going to prove very, very effective for you. And some of you ladies have know about this, and probably some of you don't. I'm going to show you something very shortly that's going to help you, especially if it's pouring rain, and that you're going to want on a canoe camping trip. So I'll get to that in a few moments. But those are some of the pieces of clothing that we'll take on a canoe camping trip and wear along the way. Sometimes this is my wife's shirt. It's a wool shirt. Sometimes we'll take something that's a wool shirt of some sort to sit around campfire or back at camp. Sometimes on the canoe itself, depending on the weather. And wool shirts like this are pretty nice to have. The other thing we'll think about is rain gear. Now, rain gear, this is a rain jacket. It's also made by L.L.Bean. It's Gore-Tex. It's got very good ventilation in the armpits, especially going to want some good ventilation if it's hot. But this jacket is 100% waterproof. I've weathered many storms with this jacket, and you're going to want a good raincoat on a canoe camping trip for sure. And I'm going to demonstrate this here in 1 second. And here it is. So this coat, when you zip it up, it adjusts, the hood adjusts. Sometimes, most of the time, I'll wear a hat, a ball cap like this, and helps the hood deflect the rain. Zips right up, can cinch down, can keep you on the warmer side and protect you from the elements as well. The wrist straps tighten, the waist cinches up nice and tight. Pretty awesome rain jacket. So good rain gear. We recommend that you take rain gear on every canoe camping trip no matter what. Now I'll show you something else while I'm here. So I'll also take some rain pants. These are also made by L.L.Bean, and like I said, we'll put a link in the description. These are Polartec Neo. That's a shell pants. So if you have like the Fjall Raven pants on, you can put these on right over those pants, or if you have a pair of shorts on and it starts raining, it will get chilly even in the summertime, and you can pull these rain pants right over you and put your rain jacket on as well. At other times, we'll use other canoe trips. We'll use these. It's called frog togs, and these are very lightweight, and they pack down really small. Frog togs, I'll just show you. You can look them up online. Very nice. They're lightweight. They're not as rugged as what I have on, but they'll get you out of a pinch for sure. This is what they look like. I've worn these a number of times canoe camping. So frog togs, lightweight rain gear, very, very important to have on a canoe trip. Next, we're going to talk about footwear and socks. So what we've done in the past couple of years, we've bought these bean boots from L.L.Bean, that non-insulated, just the leather, waterproof boots, pretty awesome boots. And so we'll wear these canoe camping. But what we'll wear with these, now I'm not gonna, my wife and I don't care about getting these soaking wet. We don't mind filling them with water. But here's what we use as far as socks are concerned. So we always take 2 pair of socks while we're paddling. These are called sealskin socks. They're waterproof socks. This is the shorter version, and these are the longer version. And we'll wear these specifically on certain bodies of water, but we'll always wear them with our boots. And sometimes we'll take these sandals. We'll always take sandals with us. These are Keen, made by Keen. They tighten up, but we'll wear the waterproof socks with the sandal, depending on the weather. If it's too hot, we may just wear the sandal. But if we want to keep our feet dry, especially on cooler weather, we'll wear the sealskin socks, waterproof socks, with the sandals. And we'll do the same with our muck boots. So if we think that we're going to get into higher water, getting it in and out of the canoe at a campsite, or whatever the case may be, we may choose to wear the longer sock with the bean boot or the sandal. So again, Sealskin is the name of the company. Awesome socks. These are the only socks that we'll take on canoe camping trips. So the bean boot and the sandals always go with us. Sometimes we'll wear a pair of sneakers, depending, that we don't care about getting soaking wet. But these the bean boots have been pretty nice to have and dry out very good. They lace up nice and tight and give us good support. The only thing that I'll tell you with these is when you get to camp and it's rain and you got to carry your gear up a little bank, these can be a little bit slippery. So they have some tread, but not too aggressive. So just be careful with that. The sandals do have fairly good tread. Again, these are Keen, so you can just an idea for you as far as sandals are concerned. Speaking of sealskin, we also in cooler weather we'll take these paddling gloves. They're waterproof sealskin gloves, and they have the grippies on the palm while you're paddling. But what's nice about these gloves, they also have these little sensitive pointer fingers for your cell phone. So if you want to take pictures, you don't have to take the gloves off. These are very sensitive to your screen on your cell phone to navigate through your cell phone to take pictures. We'll always take a pair of wool gloves. A buddy of mine gave me these, a couple pair of these a couple years ago. They're lightweight, they roll up and pack down nice and tight. But a nice pair of wool gloves, especially sitting around camp, if it's cooler, nice wool pair of gloves to take with you. If it comes off cool as well, we always take this is made by Outdoor Research, and a little hat. It's nice to have. It's windproof, can resist water, also packs up really tight, real small. Shove this in your pocket, and we've worn this many times on canoe camping trips. Lightweight, dries fast, keep you warm. That's very, very important. Something else, 2 other items. If it's warmer on canoe camping trips, we'll wear a buff like this. And a buff like this can help protect you from the sun. A buff like this can keep you cool. you can get this wet, wring it out, put it on, it'll keep you cool. I'm going to demonstrate this for you here in a second. This buff is cloth. This will go around your neck and you can pull it up over your head as well, designed to keep you warm. So depending on the weather, like I said, we take stuff like this that packs up small and very, very useful, helps you keep you warm and comfortable, or cool and comfortable, depending on the weather. So I'm going to demonstrate this for you and show you how we use this. Okay, here it is, folks. So here's the buff. I put it on. I'll take my hat off. I want to show you. So it goes around your neck, nice. It can help keep you cool, help keep the sun off of you. But if it's hot, you can get this thing wet in the water. You can pull this thing right up over you, help protect you from the sun. Cover your mouth if you want, and wear it just like that. So you can do the same thing with this buff to keep you warm. So you can pull that up right over your head and help keep you warm. So both of these buffs will, depending on the weather, will keep you warm or cool. Either way, this is a lighter weight, this is cloth. So anything around your neck is going to be much more comfortable for you on a canoe camping trip. Obviously, depending on the circumstances of weather. So I want to talk about jackets for a second. So you're going to see a couple of jackets here in the front. This jacket, I'll unpack it for you. These are all Packaway jackets. They pack down small, they can compress. And I'm going to show you how we compress these down even more in a moment. So a jacket like this, again, it's we get these through L.L.Bean. Nice windbreaker jacket, help keep you warm, help keep you comfortable, either while you're paddling or at campsite. Primarily, I'll wear this jacket, lightweight, at the campsite. So again, a nice windbreaker type of jacket. This one, it's a vest, also made by L.L.Bean, and in this jacket, again, lightweight, will dry fast, keep you warm. Sometimes I'll wear this, depending on the weather, I'll just wear this over my shirt like this. Or if it's cooler in the evening, I'll actually put the vest over this windbreaker layers, keeps you warm. This jacket, I love these Packaway jackets for storage and warmth. So this is an Anorak. So the Anorak has a hood with it, and again, made by Bean, has a front pocket. I'm going to demonstrate that for you here in a second as well. And here it is. So this is the Anorak, and you can put the hood up while you're paddling. It's cool, it's windy. You can zip this thing right up, comes right up around your mouth, protects you from the wind elements. Has elastic, has a pocket here in case you wanted to put your gloves in the pocket. You can do that while paddling. So very, very comfortable, lightweight. Again, depending on the weather, you can put your vest on if it's cooler, but a nice Anorak will help keep you very comfortable during your canoe camping trip. The other thing that we'll show you is this Airlight jacket. Again, it's light, and again, made by L.L.Bean, has a hood, and we'll take this along with us as well. We'll layer these jackets in vests, obviously depending on the temperature. So having things that pack down small, Packaway has been pretty awesome for us. So some good jackets to use. The next thing that we'll talk about, I want to show you this. You're probably wondering, what is this? This is a chair. And this chair made by Bean, L.L.Bean. This chair will clamp around your canoe seat. Has a nice back to it. Very, very comfortable seat. And I know it's a luxury, but on some canoe camping trips, depending on how far you're going or how comfortable you really want to be, how minimal you want to pack or not, take a chair. And what's nice about the chair is you can unsnap this at the bottom of your canoe seat and put this chair around your, if you camp at a campsite on a waterway that has picnic tables, you can clamp this right to the picnic table, and you have a back, and you can play cards and have fun. But a nice canoe seat is this is made by GCI Outdoor, pretty awesome seat. L.L.Bean sells them, and has a nice carrying sack on the back seat, which I'll show you in a few minutes what we put in that. So a canoe seat, it's an option, a little bit of a luxury. Just make your camping trip in a canoe much more enjoyable. Now let's talk about bugs. None of us like bugs. None of us. Well, no, none of us like bugs, mosquitoes and black flies. You're going to want to be prepared at all times, especially in the spring and early summer, for mosquitoes and black flies. Here's a couple options that have helped us tremendously. Obviously, all the time, Lori and I, my wife and I, will wear a hat. And with the hat, we'll take this small little head net. You just undo this little strap. It's a net. It just goes around your neck and cinches up. So if you wear a long sleeve shirt and a collar and the black flies and mosquitoes are bad, you can button yourself up and pull the head net over. That's been pretty nice to have. Another thing that we've used is this is made by Sea to Summit. And oh, and by the way, this head net is I think we got this at L.L.Bean as well. It's a Maine company. We support L.L.Bean. They have very good gear, so we use gear like that. I think we got this at L.L.Bean too. It's made by Sea to Summit, and it's a bug jacket. It's a net, a great big jacket net that comes down to your waist. You pull it over your head, has a hood, so you're completely enclosed from the mosquitoes and black flies. Comes right down to your wrist, cinches up nice and tight. So in certain times of the year we'll wear this, but I'm going to show you this next bug net that we got. Packaway, nice and tight. We tried this a couple years ago, and now this is our go-to. This is made by Original Bug Shirt Company out of Canada. I want to show you this. Lightweight and comfortable, and that's what you want on a canoe camping trip. So lightweight, comfortable, and this is what the jacket looks like, and I'm going to demonstrate it for you right now. And here it is. So the original bug jacket. So you can pull this hood. We'll always wear a hat because the hat keeps the net away from your face and makes you more comfortable. So this zips up like that or all the way around. Keep the bugs out. It's fine mesh, so even no-see-ums can get in here. Nothing can get into this bug jacket. Cinches up around the nice cuffs here on the wrist with pull string, and around the waist. Has a nice pouch. You can carry gloves or whatever you want inside of that. Nice mesh, very fine mesh in your armpit areas. Good ventilation, very comfortable, well worth the money. So a good bug jacket, very, very important. A head net or something like that. And if you want to pull that down to eat your food while the bugs are swarming or whatever you want to do, you can breathe a little better that way as well. So a good bug jacket, awesome to have, a must have in this part of the country. So just thought I'd show you that as well. So now I mentioned hats. Hats are important on a canoe camping trip. I'll show you a couple hats that I've worn for many years. This is made by Outdoor Research. Good ventilation, lightweight. On hot days, I'll dip this in the water. I'll wring it out. It'll keep my head cool. Outdoor Research, pretty awesome hat, very comfortable and lightweight. This hat here, it's a traditional hat that a lot of canoe campers will use. Good ventilation on the top, wide brim, keep the sun off, and pretty awesome hat. Can cinch up, has a string there that will keep it on your head so you don't lose it in the water. So good hats are very nice to have. Now while I have that hat off, I want to show you this. This is just a fishing rod. When you go canoe camping certain times of the year, especially in the spring, you like to fish. You want to have fun while you're canoe camping. So I'll take a spinning rod. This is an ugly stick. This breaks apart in two pieces, and sometimes I'll take a telescoping fishing pole that telescopes down to about, pulls down to about here, just for storage, just whatever you're comfortable with. But most of the time I'll take something like this for fishing. I'll take a small tackle box, depending on what kind of fish I want to try to catch in certain times of the year. Sometimes I'll take a fly rod, which I love fly fishing. So I'll take a fly fishing pole that breaks down pretty small, that I can, pretty compact, and I'll take a couple of these small carrying cases with flies in them, depending on what I'm trying to catch and so forth. So fishing, a lot of fun while canoe camping. While you're fishing or paddling, doesn't matter, you always want to have a good pair of sunglasses. These are sunglasses that are pretty awesome, and I always put on a strings. I've lost many glasses in the water because of the wind, so I'm used to now carrying a string around them. Get the polarized sunglasses. They'll help with the reflection off the water. Polarized sunglasses. Again, I got these through L.L.Bean, and been pretty awesome glasses for me. So sunglasses, good hats. I wear this hat. This is a waterproof hat I have on as well. Wear this all the time. So good sunglasses, good to have while paddling. So in thinking about the sun, some things you want to think about on a more personal level. You're going to want to take sunscreen. You're thinking, well, sunscreen, I'm not at the beach. Well, you're in a canoe. If it's sunny, not only are you going to wear a hat, in some cases you may not want to wear a hat, and it may be too hot to even wear a long sleeve shirt. You're going to wear a tank top, or like this, I just have a cut off shirt that's wicks moisture away. So I may want to cool down even more, but guess what? You're going to get burned by the sun. Take sunscreen. You're going to want to be cool and comfortable while paddling, but not only are you going to get the sun from the sky, but you're going to get the reflection off the water as well. So you're getting double duty there. You're going to get burned. So take appropriate sunscreen for you so that you're comfortable. The last thing that you're going to want to do is sit around a campfire at night hurting. Your skin's burning, your neck's burning, because you didn't have sunscreen or you didn't protect your neck in some cases. So sunscreen, very, very important. There was a group that we met a few years ago, a father, his two sons, the grandfather. They were scorched after 4 days. We gave them a can. They had 2 more days to go. They were thankful they had this, but it was too late by then. They were already burned. So sunscreen, very, very important. A couple other items. You want to take bug spray. We talked about bug jackets and things like that. This is Ben's. Take some bug spray with you for the mosquitoes. It helps keep them at bay. My wife and I, we don't like to put this on our skin. A lot of people do. You can, nothing against that. Just read the directions. But sometimes I'll just spray this on my hat or my buff, depending on how warm it is. Spray it around my ankles, just to help keep the bugs at bay. Important to have bug spray. Gotta have it on certain waterways and certain times of the year. We'll take a small one like this that sprays. This is a little bit more higher in DEET. So this is Deep Woods Off. A few years ago we went canoe camping, went on a little hike. Some friends of ours we went hiking with said, oh, we're gonna use our natural bug repellent. That's great. They did good. About 20 minutes later, they were asking for this. So yeah, so just take bug spray. Do what you can to enjoy yourself while you're canoe camping or you're hiking, whatever you're doing. So just be responsible that way, and you'll be much more enjoyable with that. If you do get bit by a black fly, let's say, my wife is allergic to black flies. We'll take an ointment, a rescue ointment. Spring, summer, fall, we'll always have this in our pocket. If you get bit by a black fly, take it off, just dip, put it on the wound, the bite, and it'll help relieve the pain. So we'll keep this in our pocket at all times. Something else we'll keep, we talked about fire last week, we'll keep a lighter in our pocket all the time. Chapstick, if it's cool or windy, chapstick is always good to have. You want to be comfortable. It doesn't weigh anything. You can keep it in your pocket. Another thing that you'll think about taking, I keep this in my pocket all the time. And no, it's not a lighter. It's actually a pair of reading glasses. As we get older, our eyesight doesn't get better. So I just bought a few pair of these collapsible Packaway reading glasses. We can get around camp, we want to take a book to read, or you're working on something a little more intricate and you need to see. These just telescope down, fold up, and go right in this nice hard carrying case. Again, I'll put a link in the description below for glasses like this. Another thing you want to take on a personal level, you want to take a toothbrush, small carrying toothpaste with you. So we want to, now we're kind of shifting into a little bit more personal items. Before we go too far into that, I want to show you something that is important to have, and it's this here. This is a first aid kit. And this first aid kit, you might be thinking, oh, that's a big first aid kit. Well, it is, but depending on the length of trip that you're going to take, depends on the size first aid kit that you're going to want to take. The reason is if you're canoe camping and you're remote, you're kind of on your own for a number of hours, maybe even days, depending on the circumstance. Last week I showed you an InReach Explorer. You can press that or message somebody if you need help. But in the meantime, you're going to want a first aid kit. So inside this first aid kit, I'll put this in the description, a link in the description below for that as well. You want a nice first aid kit. Inside the first aid kit, I'll have something like this. It's a needle and thread in case you tear some clothes, but I'll keep that in there. We always take a needle and thread with us on a canoe camping trip. But in this, you're gonna have your shears, you're gonna have your tweezers, you're gonna have Band-Aids, you're gonna have gauze in case you get a wound, you're gonna have cortisone, you're gonna have all kinds of bandages in there. Because if you slip and fall, you gash your knee, you cut your finger, you're going to need a first aid kit. So in some expeditions we've gone on, we might take a smaller first aid kit, but no matter what, in all cases, we'll take a first aid kit with us. on canoe camping trip or a hiking trip, whatever we're doing, it's always on us. The nice thing with this, has a carrying handle, has some loops here, a lot of lash points on here. You can connect this to your barrel, you can connect it to your canoe, put it in the back of your seat on your canoe. You'll always want to have that handy in case you get a wound or in case you get hurt. So speaking of personal items now, we want to think about things that are must-haves on a canoe camping trip. First off, you're gonna need this. In part 1 of the video, I showed you Ziploc bags. Ziploc bags are very, very important to take, especially for toilet paper. That's what this is. So we'll keep this dry. You want your toilet paper to be dry for obvious reasons. So I carry a little bottle of hand sanitizer in there. But out of all of the gear, just as important as your sleeping bag, you want your toilet paper to be dry. So oftentimes we'll take this and we'll put it in a dry bag like this for extra protection. So important to have. These little dry bags are awesome. We carry a number of dry bags with us just to keep gear at our feet in the canoe so that it's not buried in our canoe, in our barrel or our backpack. We want to keep certain things handy, especially like that. So now we're going to get just a little more personal. A little while ago I mentioned things that you're going to want to think about as far as comfort is concerned, especially when it's raining. In part 1 of this video, I mentioned having a Kelty tarp over a ridge pole or while you're canoe camping, just to get out of the elements if it starts raining. But here's the situation that will come up. You're in your tent. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You've eaten your dinner. You've had a few drinks. And now you're asleep. You wake up at 2. Why'd you wake up at 2? Because you gotta pee. But it's pouring rain. And the outhouse is 100 feet away. What are you gonna do? Well, for you guys, take a bottle. So I keep this handy. I'll take a bottle even in the canoe, in the back of this seat or at my feet. I'll have this very, very handy. If it's pouring rain in your tent at night and then you're in your tent, you have your bottle, you don't have to walk. You can just take the cap off, pee in the bottle, put the cap back on. Make sure you take a Sharpie, and before you leave, I've marked this with a P, obviously, because it's P. And no drink. Don't mistaken this for a drink bottle. So good pee bottle, I'll call it. But at 2 o'clock in the morning, you get up and you gotta pee. So your wife is also gonna get up because she's gotta pee. Well, what's she gonna do? She's not gonna walk 100 feet away. She can't exactly pee in a bottle, or can she? I'm gonna show you something, ladies. This is for you. And no, I'm not embarrassed to show you this. You're gonna want this. Some of you know about this, some of you don't. You're gonna want this, ladies. You can order this on Amazon. I'm gonna put a link in the description below for this. You are going to want to have this. My wife does not leave home without this thing. Self-explanatory. So you're going to want this, ladies, in your tent so you don't have to get out in the pouring rain. So really nice to have for the ladies. So with that, put it in a Ziploc bag. It's going to keep it a little bit more protected. Anyway, so another thing you're going to want to take, good for you ladies, is wet wipes. For obvious reasons. You're going to want to clean your hands. You're going to want to clean this device that you're going to use. So you're going to want to keep that clean. But what do you do with the used wipes? Well, last week I mentioned the importance of having Ziploc bags, actually in video 1, which I did do last week. So Ziploc bags, very important to take with you. You can put your trash in there, your used wipes, put them in a Ziploc bag and take them home with you. Pack in, pack out, carry in, carry out, however you want to say it. Don't burn them in your fire, and don't throw them down the hole of the outhouse that's on site in some waterways. So another thing, you ladies, obviously you know what these are. So Ziploc bags, very important. So you're going to use these at certain times of the month. So take these with you. Take an extra baggie for the ones that are used, and to keep them nice and tight in there. Sanitary wipes, things of that nature, very important to take canoe camping. We want to be good campers, good citizens, and take care of nature's the best that we can, and carry in, carry out, pack in, pack out, however you want to say it. So very important. Just some very kind of personal items that you're going to want to take with you canoe camping. So now what we want to talk about is in part 1 of this video, I showed you a bunch of gear that we take: our cooking, our jet boil, some our tent, our sleeping pad, a lot of the gear that we'll show. I'm going to show you a picture of that here in a second. And I also want to show you, as I've shown you, all the clothing and other personal items that we'll take on a canoe camping trip. I want to show you next how we organize all of this gear into our canoe, so that we can enjoy and pack in a canoe trip very successfully. So in episode 1 of our canoe camping video, I showed you this barrel. A lot of people will take backpacks, waterproof backpacks. Those are fantastic. My wife and I have chosen to use these barrels, recreational barrel works. But what I want to show you, obviously they have the backpack straps, pretty awesome for when you portage or portage, however you want to say it. But on the side of these barrels, you can get these extra bags that clip onto the outside of the barrel, so you can have quick access to things like toilet paper or an extra jacket. We'll keep that inside this, or any other gear that you choose to use. But on the inside, we'll take these. This is a Sea to Summit compression bag. It's waterproof, and what's nice about this, we put all of our clothing inside this bag, push all the air out, scrunch it down, clip it, take this lid, and we'll tighten this down and get all the air out, and it smashes down to pretty small. It's fat, but you want a compression bag in a barrel like this because of space. We put all of our clothes in this bag. So Sea to Summit, I'll put a link in the description for that as well. Some of the other items that are in this barrel that will help us organize our gear very effectively and comfortably. Obviously, on a canoe camping trip, we want to be organized, or at least as organized as we can be. At the bottom of the barrel is an insulated tote like this. On the inside, you can take cold food with you if you want. We cut a piece of Reflectix to put in here. It's a little cooler. So if we want to take a block of cheese or some frozen meat that can thaw over a period of a day or two, you can keep it in this. And some other food items in this as well. So we'll slip this in the bottom of the barrel. Drops in there nicely. A nice zip organizer bag, zip shut. We'll put also some other personal gear that we have from last week's video and this week's in this as well. We'll drop that full of stuff into the barrel. There's an open bag that we have. Sometimes we'll put our lantern or jet boil, stuff like that into this, and you can pack that in there real nice as well. There's 2 of these zipper pouches. This one shows different colors so that we know what's in what bag. So we'll put all of our personal items like our toothbrushes and bug spray and sometimes extra gloves, some other personal items that we want to take in there. And these bags, what's awesome about these will go on the inside of the barrel around all of the other things that I just put in. So those are pretty awesome to have for organizing your all of your clothing and personal items in the barrel. What's also nice with the outside of the barrel, sometimes we're wearing our bean boot or whatever boot or shoe we use, but we have the extra pair, we don't want to put them inside. Most sandals or boots have a little strap on the outside. I'll take a carabiner like this and clip them together and then clip them to the barrel handle like that. That way they're easily accessible. They're not in the barrel. They're hooked to the outside. So when you get to camp, you can pull the whole barrel out. They're attached. You're good to go. Sometimes I'll take a couple extras just to clip on some stuff while we carry it up to our campsite or while we're portaging. So all of these camping items have proven to be super good for us, helped us to enjoy our canoe camping experience. We hope that you enjoy your canoe camping experience. Being well prepared, being safe, having the proper gear will help you enjoy your vacation canoe camping while out in the wilderness. So again, last week I mentioned having a good list. Make a list of everything that you see, maybe some other things, and please leave in the comments other things that you used that have been proven to be more effective than what I've shown you today. Before I let you go, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and turn your notifications on so that when I put more videos out like this that will help inform you to have an enjoyable experience out in nature, out in the wilderness, please do that. And it'll encourage us to keep putting videos out like this. Again, don't forget, head for the woods or water. A little nature will do you good. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.